What's up, Builder Kingdom? There's tubing on the trailer. What am I going to do with it? Well, if you've been here a while and you've seen this thing loaded up, ready to go to the racetrack, a lot of times I have tires stacked across the front of this with like a ratchet strap through it. Not really the best setup. And we actually found that out on our way home from Utica Rome last year when we actually lost one of the race wheels and tires. Don't know where. Backtracked for a couple of days up and down the road that we thought maybe we lost it on. Long gone. So we need to do something better here. This tubing was free. My dad got it a couple years ago. It probably came from E-Tech Surplus. It's literally written on a few of the pipes, scrap. It is an oddball size. It is a thin wall tubing. It's almost like exhaust tubing, but a little bit thicker than exhaust tubing. So I'm not sure what it was for, but it's a weird size. I don't have my tape measure on me. I'll measure it later. It's a weird size. Anyways, it was free, okay? So we're going to build a tire rack. A little something here to hold the tire rack. Of course, in true Builder Kingdom fashion, it won't just be a tire rack. On the inside of the tire rack, I plan on putting some mounts and stuff so that we can actually mount all the spare parts that we need right here on the trailer inside the tire rack. We're going to sheet it in aluminum eventually, trying to keep it out of the weather a little bit. At least the road spray if it rains, So, rear axle, control arms, spindles, struts, front axles. We're going to try to put everything right inside the tire rack, all on mounts. So everything's mounted and there when we need it, And then I got to figure out a better way to mount these. I'm thinking maybe across the front of it on some hooks or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But got to move some stuff around here. You get a tire rack on this thing, make it a little bit more convenient. But first things first, we've got to figure out the height. We're going to take a measurement here. And I think there's a good way to do that. So, in theory, the biggest vehicle that would probably be on my trailer is my truck. It does have a little bit of a lift in it, but this would be the highest point I would expect on the trailer. So, the lower bar of the upper level of the tire rack can't be any lower than, say, 58 inches. So that if, for some reason, we had to put my truck on the trailer, we wouldn't run into it. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that. And I just measured the tubing. It's 2 1/8. It's oddball size. I don't know. But it's thin wall. It's pretty light. And I want to make it removable. So that's what we're doing. All right. So now we got to figure out how far apart do we want the cross tubes to be. They got to be far enough apart that a big tire fits in it, but not so far apart that a small tire falls through it. This isn't my smallest one. Actually, the smallest one's on the car. This little itty bitty guy. So the spare one of these has to be up there and not fall through. But also, when the center bar goes through the center of each wheel, they're going to have some kind of play. You know what I mean? It's going to be a little off. So, yeah, got to figure that out. Height, I think I got height figured out. But we got to figure this out here. So there's a little bit of trickery here we got to play with to make sure it's usable for everything. Oh, boy. See, some of this has a little bit of surface rust on it. It's not too bad. Most of it's in pretty good shape, even though it's been in the top of my buddy's shed for like 3 years. It's not too bad. It was out of the weather. So let's figure this out. All right, so little redneck engineering going on here. Hopefully you can understand what I'm doing here. So height, I'm figuring 80 inches from the bottom of the trailer to the top of the tire rack. So here's my thought process. The trailer is, the seat channel on the bottom of the trailer here, this part is 5 inches. So I got to put some type of pocket on the side to drop the pipe into. From the bottom of the pipe all the way to the top, 80 inches. The lower pipe that goes across here is 58 inches. We figured that out from measuring up to the top of the hood of my truck. Okay. From the top up, why is my brain not calculating here? Anyways, across the top, we figure 17 inches. That's what we were just showing on the floor there with the tubing on the outside of the tires. The trailer width, which would be the inside of the pipe to the inside of the pipe, is 81 7/8. Well, it kind of seems weird, but that's what the measurement is. I'm telling you, okay? Now, here on the side, I figure we have to put a plate on the side of this, right? And we're going to cut an oval out of the center of the plate. Wow, yeah, that tape really worked out. And we'll put a pipe in here that goes across through the center of the wheels and fasten it on both ends to keep the tires from bouncing off of the rack. It has to be an oval because the tires are all different sizes. It needs to be able to move up and down for the center mark of the rim. So this height here, I measured the center line out, so the radius of my largest tire that I run, and it's about 17 inches, pretty close to 17 inches. So this measurement here had to be taller than that so that we could reach the center line, if that makes sense to y'all. Right? So that's my basic plan right now. So let's build the tire rack. Okay, so one of the first steps here was going to be figuring out how to mount this thing. My helmet's not. Ignore my terribly dirty bench. We're working, okay? So here's your pipe, right? Tube. Stepping on crap. And I need to figure out how to mount it. My original thought was slice it lengthwise, spread it out, and make a pocket on the side of the trailer that we could slide the pipe down into. And then I was like, well, I got some pipe here. Maybe I can make a socket to go in it. But the biggest piece I had was 1 3/4, and as you can hear and see, that's a lot of a gap. A lot of a gap. Yeah, it doesn't sound right. Anyways, I was like, well, I'll run down to Don's, see what he's got. I went down there, and he didn't really have anything 1 3/4 like that piece there was about the biggest he had. So I had this piece with me, and I was saying, well, I can spread this and make a pocket on the side of the trailer to slide this pipe into. And then he said, why don't you just slice some more out of it and crush it down so it fits inside the pipe? Why didn't I think of that? So that's what we got here. I crushed a piece of this down and made it smaller, and then I welded it to a piece of angle iron. This way I can weld the angle iron to the side of the trailer, like so. Put that over it, and then we just put a bolt through it. Bingo bango, baby. That step's done. Now I gotta make 3 more of these. I guess we gotta get to work, huh? Surprisingly, you have to cut a surprisingly large amount of material out of this to get it down to that size. So, cutting wheel, grinder. It's moments like this that I wish I had a chop saw, because I cut those 45s with my Portaband, and they're pretty close, but I've had to take the grinder a little bit here and there and clean them up, and just trying to get it square for the top piece is proving to be a little bit of a pain, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. Get this tacked up square, and then I got to figure out where exactly I want this first crossbar to be. We're thinking right around 17 inches, somewhere in there. So figure that bar out, and then once I get that figured out, I can weld this up, and we've got one side done. And then there were 2. All right, so now I got to get these mounts on the trailer so I can stand these legs up, and then we can make the crossbars go from leg to leg. We can put some tires up there and see what it looks like. And just like that, the main structure is put together. Oh, that was a good day's work. So, we've got it up there. You can see I welded the 2 cross beams in it. Let me hop down here without falling, hopefully. Down here you can see I welded those angle pieces on here. So, these are on. Now we'll take a drill and I'll drill a hole through it. And I'll just put a bolt through it. Being that it's sitting on this pad, it's not gonna really take much. I'll probably just put a 1/4 through it with a nylock on it. Do that on all 4 corners. Lock that thing down, and then tomorrow, that's enough for today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get these ramps out of the way, and we'll figure out how to, I'm gonna put a crossbar across lower so that I can bolt a rear axle standing up through the mounting plates, bolt it right to it so it can stand up in there and it's actually attached. Then we're gonna put some crossbars on both ends here, and we'll stick some type of studs out, brackets, whatever, to hang struts, control arms, spindles, and all that stuff. And then I want to make some L brackets on the front of this, maybe about here or so, that come out, that we can set the ramps in. I'm gonna take those ramps and lay them right against the front of this. Kind Got to figure out a way to put those on there and lock them in so they can't fall out. Yeah, that's the plan. We'll do that tomorrow. But that is enough for today. We got the structure built. And on the trailer, as you can see, there's a tire. I just set it up there. Obviously, we have to do the fastening part at the top. I was at the metal place the other day, and they had a really nice aluminum rod in the shorts bin. I should have grabbed it. I could have used that for the center rod up top. What we'll do down here on the end is we'll weld a couple pieces of plate straight up. Remember I was talking about cutting an oval? Donnie said, nah, just weld 2 pieces of plate that the shaft can go in between of, and then it has free movement and you don't have to try to make an oval in a piece of plate. Much easier, simpler design. So that, we'll work on that tomorrow. Well, I can't really work on that part until I get that piece of rod that I wanted from the metal place. I'll have to go grab that Monday. But we can get the rest of this in here. Well, you know, there's a minor possibility here that I jumped ahead. But as you can see, everything we need is on this trailer. Control arm, spindle, strut, rear axle, control arm, spindle, strut. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Still got to finish this top section here, and I got to, these brackets here, little latch brackets for the front of it so we can hang the ramps on the front of this. So, we're doing pretty good here. Let me get these ramps hung up, and then we'll see where we're at. Well, I'd say that was a good couple of days worth of work right there. Yeah, we got a couple small things to do. We got to finish up that top part. I'll run to the metal place after work tomorrow, and hopefully I can get that aluminum rod I was talking about that was in the shorts rack. If they got that and it's long enough, we can get that to run through the center of all the wheels, and then I can make the little plates on the end down here for that piece of shaft. After I get that, what else we got? I got to drill the holes, the mounting holes. That's not a big deal. So we got to drill some holes, do that shaft part for the top, and then technically the whole structure is done. I am going to wrap this in aluminum, so the sides will be covered in aluminum, the front will be covered in aluminum, and we'll paint the side panels to match the race car so it all blends together, put a 46 on it and whatnot. But, I mean, it's pretty dang good right there. All our suspension parts are hung. We still got full use of the winch because of the way we put the rear axle in there. As you can see, everything's just a bolt with a nut on it. I couldn't get a nylock that big at my Tractor Supply, but everything else has nylocks on it. So, well, obviously nothing's tight because everything has to get painted. So, I'll throw a washer behind that nylock. We'll tighten them all up. Everything will be tightened when it's time to start driving around. And I don't know, that's pretty cool, man. I am happy with that. I am super, super happy with that. That came out perfect. Exactly how I was planning it in my head. And the ramps are on here. They're just high enough that I can still open this. So that worked out awesome. About the only thing I kind of didn't think about that good was I hung these struts lower. I probably should have hung the struts higher because the aluminum, I was only going to bring the aluminum down to like here. But now I feel like I need to, I don't know. I don't think I can slide it behind it. I feel like I need to keep the road spray off like this. So maybe I'll just put a panel in here or something to block the road spray from, I don't want road spray just spraying on the drum off the back of my truck while we're driving. So I think I'll probably do something. Yeah, something there to kind of sort of keep the spray off it. Even if I just wrap it with plastic or something, you know what I mean? But, man, that's slick right there. Hell yeah, that's slick Willie. Feel that sunlight, man. The sunlight is nice. I see my blue truck back there. It'll be coming out soon. As soon as we're done with snow up here in New York. That's slick. Man, I love that. That came out great. That is going to make life so much easier. So much easier at the racetrack. All right, tomorrow, finish this thing up. All right, Builder Kingdom. That's it for this episode. As you can see, if you look up here, we got a piece of aluminum rod going across. I put some brackets in here to hold it so it can't go forward to backward. It can only go up and down. I drilled the holes, put some 1/4 20 bolts in with some nylocks on the bottom here. So structurally, it is complete. And now I got to take it all apart, sand it all down, and paint it. And I got to buy some sheets of aluminum so we can wrap this thing in aluminum. But that's not it for this trailer. You see, we haven't really touched this thing since I bought it. So we got to go through and check the brakes. I got to check the wheel bearings. We definitely have some wiring issues we need to look at. Yeah, trailer stuff, and it could definitely use a coat of paint. So there's more to do on the trailer. There's more to do on promos. My car's pretty much ready. It's more to do on the Batmobile, though. And it's getting warm out here now. So we'll be bringing the Trans Am back soon. We're going to do some exhaust work to that, some subframe connectors. I got a set of wheels for it. So we're going to dress the Trans Am up a little bit. Probably not going to do much to Little Blue. Maybe we'll put a lowering kit in it. I don't know. We'll see, how the year goes. What happens. I don't know. But make sure you like and subscribe. And as usual, keep it creative and happy building.